Hello everyone, my name is Vijay Kumar and we are studying power engineering. In the last lecture, I explained about the open cycle gas turbine with regeneration. Now in this video, we will study about the open cycle gas turbine with intercooler. In this case, we will use intercooler. Let's see what is intercooler, how this intercooler will affect the net work output and efficiency of gas turbine cycle. Let's start the topic. See here, this one is the compressor and this is first compressor. This one is the second compressor. This is turbine. This one is the intercooler and this is combustion chamber. Air first compress into the compressor 1 and after the compression of air in compressor 1, air will exit from the compressor 1 at point number 2. So you see here on TS diagram 1 to 2 is a process isentropic compression in compressor 1. Okay. Now 2 to 3, this process will happen in intercooler. 2 to 3 process will happen in intercooler. So in intercooler, what will happen? Whatever heat is gained by the air, now this heat will be rejected. This heat will be rejected in the intercooler at constant pressure. That's why this process is happening at constant pressure, that is PI. Okay, now air is at point number 3. This is at this point, air is at the same temperature of T1 for perfect intercooling. Sorry, here it is perfect intercooling. G is there. So perfect intercooling, temperature at point number 1 will be equal to temperature at point number 3. Okay. Now the pressure at point number 2 is at 3. Sorry, the pressure at point number 3 is greater than pressure at point number 1. Okay. Now this air will send to the compressor number 2. Now the high pressure air will again send to second number compressor C2 and here air will compress again. Here air will compress again. Now the pressure will increase from Pi to P2. So at point number 4, temperature and pressure both is increased from the point number 3. Okay. Now from point number 5 or state number 5, air will go into the combustion chamber. In combustion chamber, air will take heat or will absorb heat and temperature will increase and this heat absorption process will take place at constant pressure. So the heat addition will be at constant pressure in process 4 to 5. Now air is at point number 5. This high pressure air and high temperature air will be sent to turbine and in turbine what will happen? Expansion of high pressure gas and high pressure temperature will be there. So after the expansion, the temperature and pressure will reduce. Temperature and pressure of the gas will reduce at point number 6. Since this is an open cycle, so from this point air will go into the atmosphere. Please don't see these lines. Only process will happen 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, 4 to 5 and 5 to 6. And at point number 6, air will exit into the atmosphere. This one is the TS diagram for open cycle gas turbine with intercooling. See here it is G, intercooling. And this one is the PV diagram for the perfect intercooling system in open cycle gas turbine power plant. Okay. Now let's see what are the effects. What are the effects of intercooling on the open cycle gas turbine? You see here first, there is no change in turbine output. Suppose this intercooler was not happening. Suppose this intercooler was not happening, then the process will happen like this. From this state, it will go like this. Okay, then this one, then this one. So without intercooler, cycle will be like this. Without intercooler, cycle will be like this. Now, but in this case, intercooler is there. So let's see. In this case, turbine output is constant, that means there is no change in turbine or turbine output. If I see compressor input, work input to the compressor, you see here, this one is the line and this line, both are same. So if I draw here, so I'll get this line up to this point, and this point is more in this cycle. This point is more in this cycle, but with the help of intercooler, this work we are not giving to the compressor. So there is saving. That means we are giving less work input to the compressor. That means if we are giving less work input to the compressor, then W net output will be more. So in this case, work net output will be more. Let's see here. There is no change in turbine output. I explained. Work required by the compressor decrease. I have already explained. Net work output will increase because WC will decrease. So net work output is increasing. Both heat supplied and heat rejection is increased. Let's see here. If the cycle without intercooler, then this will be the cycle. So in this case, heat addition will be like this. But with the intercooler, we are giving this much of heat extra. So with the help of intercooler, heat addition is increased. Heat addition is increased. Now in this case, what about the heat rejection? In this case, if without intercooler, cycle will be like this. So in this case, heat rejection will be here. Heat rejection up to this point or this line. But due to intercooler, there is also one more heat rejection. So in this case, heat rejection also increased. Okay. Now, what about the mean temperature of heat addition and mean temperature of heat rejection? You see in this diagram, if this one was the process, then mean temperature of heat addition may be up at this point. But now this is the process for intercooler, and this one is the heat addition process. So mean temperature will be somewhere here. You see here, mean temperature of heat addition has been reduced. In the same way, in this case also, mean temperature of heat addition has been reduced. So mean temperature of heat addition and mean temperature of heat rejection both decrease. Okay. For the same power output, plant becomes compact. For the same power output, plant becomes compact. You see here, if I am getting same power output, so without intercooler, this was the work input. Now in this case, this will be the work input. If I use with the intercooler, this will be work input. Or if I say 1 to 2 work input plus 3 to 4 work input. So in this case, work input has been reduced. So for the same work output, work input to the compressor has been reduced. So what we will do, we will use less amount of air. So because of that, size of the plant will decrease. In this case, cycle efficiency decrease because mean temperature of heat addition and mean temperature of heat rejection both decrease. In the gap between these two will decrease, and because of that, heat cycle efficiency will decrease. In this case, scope of regeneration increase as the compressor outlet temperature decrease. You see here, if without intercooler, cycle will go like this, so compression will happen like this. But in this case, if the cycle will or process will happen without intercooler, so this will be the temperature. But with the intercooler, the outlet temperature from the compressor is this point. So in this case, the regeneration process, that means scope of regeneration process has been increased because the compressor outlet temperature decreased. These are some effects if we are using intercooling in open cycle gas turbine power plant. Okay. Now you see here, the work input to the compressor is decreasing and work W net output is increasing. So what is the point, up to which point we can reduce the work input to the compressor? That we will find out here. We know that W net is equal to WT minus WC. So W net is maximum at the point where WC is minimum. I have already explained. W net will be maximum if WC is minimum. So there will be a condition that we will find out here, that is called intermediate pressure. that we will find out what are these conditions. On that condition, the work input to the compressor is minimum. Okay, we know that work input to the compressor is WC1 plus WC2. So in this case, what is the work input to the compressor? Cp into T2 minus T1 plus Cp into T4 minus T3. This will be the work input to the compressor, Cp into T2 minus T1 plus Cp into T4 minus T3. Now I can arrange this Cp into T2 minus T1 plus T4 minus T3. If I take common T1, then I'll get T2 by T1 minus 1 plus T4 by T1 minus T3 by T1. Now for perfect intercooling, I've already explained that T1 will be equal to T3. T1 will be equal to T3. So this will be the condition for perfect intercooling. And now I'll replace, wherever is T3, I'll replace with T1. So Cp into T1 into T2 by T1 minus 1 plus T4 by T1. So I'll replace this T3 with T1. So this will cancel out and I'll get 1. Now I can write this equation like this. So this is the work input to the compressor. This is the total work input to the compressor. Now we have to find out the maximum work output, maximum W net output from the plant. You know very well, T2 by T1 raised to the power gamma minus 1 upon में gamma and T4 by T3 raised to the power gamma upon में gamma minus 1. So you know very well this equation T2 by T1 is equal to Pi by P1 raised to the gamma minus 1 upon में gamma, and you know very well this equation T4 by T3 is equal to P2 by Pi raised to the gamma minus 1 upon में gamma. Let gamma minus 1 upon में gamma is x, then I can write T2 by T1 is equal to Pi by Px raised to power gamma, and here I can write T4 by T3 is equal to P2 by Pi raised to power gamma. Now in work input to the compressor, I'll replace these two terms with this Pi by P1 raised to power gamma plus P2 by Pi raised to power gamma. Sorry, x. I'll replace in this equation both with the pressure ratio. So I'll get work input to the compressor Cp into T1 into Pi by P1 raised to power x plus P2 by Pi raised to power x minus 2. For Wc to be minimum, I'll differentiate this work input to the compressor with Pi, because Pi is the variable here. P1 is fixed and P2 is fixed. So Pi we will vary. So if I differentiate this equation, I'll get this value, and after solving this complete equation, I'll get Pi is equal to square root of P1 into P2. I'll get intermediate pressure will be equal to square root of product of P1 into P2. So I can write this equation like this: Pi upon my P1 is equal to P2 by Pi. I can also write this equation like this. So these are the pressure ratio. Pi by P1 is equal to P2 by Pi. Now we'll see here work input to the compressor is the Cp into T2 minus T1. So here I can write Cp into T1. I'll take common T2 by T1 minus 1. So I can write work input to the compressor 1. This will be the equation. Similarly, work input to the compressor I can write Cp into T4 minus T3. So in this case I'll take T3 common. So I'll get T4 by T3 minus 1. If I put this value, which one? This one, T3 by T4 will be equal to Pi by P2 raised to power x. So in this case, if I write T4 by T3, value for T4 by T3 will be P2 by Pi raised to power x. And x is gamma minus 1 upon gamma. If I put all these values, I'll get this value. You see, this value for the work input to the compressor 2 is equal to the work input to the compressor 1. So here, as T1 is equal to T3 for perfect cooling, so we will get the WC1 is equal to WC2. That means work input to the compressor 1 will be equal to work input to the compressor 2 in case of perfect cooling. So friends, these are the conditions for perfect cooling, that T3 will be equal to T1 and intermediate pressure Pi will be equal to square root of product P1 into P2. And third condition is work input to the compressor 1 will be equal to work input to the compressor 2. So friends, in this video we have studied about the open cycle gas turbine power plant with intercooling. In this case, the work net output will increase but efficiency will reduce. Okay. Now in the next video, we will study about the open cycle gas turbine with reheating. Thanks for watching this video and have a good day. Bye bye.